Hi, this is Simon from Fingers on Plastic, and in this video I'll be replying to TFKnowlsys TFN 2019 questions part 2. So let's just crack into it. So I've got the questions written down. Let's have a look. So, what panels would you like to see added to the TFNation schedule in the future? Obviously this year we've got Gundam, and I think John mentioned whatever he mentioned, Volden? I can't remember what it's called. I actually wouldn't. I know it's going to sound a bit miserable. I wouldn't want to dilute the Transformers element. It's like we've got things like Comic-Con, and I'm sure there are other conventions for other things. I like this being a Transformers convention. I like this being about Transformers. It's my jam. And so I wouldn't want to see any sort of additional outside elements. I mean, Gundam's pretty cool because it has the shop, and there's a lot of interest in Gundam, which is fair enough. But I think, you know, where would it end? Would we start doing it joint GoBots? So, no, I'd just like to see it just Transformers. Question 2. In regards to musical guests, who would you like to see attend TFN in the future, except for Stan Bush? Well, I'd like to see Stan Bush because I didn't see him last year. I just saw him on YouTube. No, there's this group I follow on Facebook called the Cybertronian Spree, which basically do rock songs in Transformers cosplay, and they look really good. I think they would make an excellent addition to TFNation. Quick easy one there. Question 3A is, if it's your first time attending TFN this year, what was your reason for you to decide to go? My first one was last year. That's when I popped my TFN cherry, and I just wanted to go. I'd been to some Comic-Cons, and it was time to go to Transformers because it was Transformers based, and that is my love. For those who are regulars, what keeps you coming back to TFN? Again, it's just the love of Transformers. And this year, because I've actually started finally being slightly more active in the community the last couple of months, which is something I've said I've been going to do since Auto Assembly. I'll be more active in the community, I'll be more active. So I've actually started being a little bit more active in the community and talking to people. So I'm looking forward to saying hi to some of the people that I've been speaking to, like John and Greg and Kieran. I'm looking forward to having a chat with Andy from Kapow. So yeah, that's it. Question 4. What panels are you looking forward to checking out this year? I actually did a full sort of going through the schedule video, which I'll put a link to down there. Have that for laziness, just can't be able to repeat it. Greg Berger, I want to see that one. And there's the TFN Open Door. Anything with Simon Furman. There's a couple of things I can't remember off the top of my head because I clearly didn't prepare. See, this is what happens when you don't prepare to do this sort of thing. You end up making a big mess of it. But there's a good few, I think. But like I say, in my other video, I go through the whole schedule from start to finish. It was quite funny because there's some things on Friday and on the Sunday where I won't be there, which I started turning so green I had problems with the green screen. Envy. It's not pretty. Right, question 5. How do you think TFN could expand upon last year with Stan Bush attending and performing? So again, the Cybertronian Spree, I'd really like to see them perform. I think when you have like a concert at the end of the day on the Saturday, there's not much you're going to be able to do to pingle, unless I'm just failing with my creative juices here. Creative juices, that just sounds bad, doesn't it? I can't think of, I can't see them topping that. You know, just you look at some of the YouTube videos from last year, just the sheer joy on people's faces when they're rocking out. But no, yeah, I'd like to see the Cybertronian Spree. It'd have to be some sort of event like that where people can mingle, have a good time, that sort of thing. I like the idea of the quiz. You know, there's the quiz on the Friday night, isn't there? That sounds fun. Right. Question 6. Would anyone like to see a permanent YouTube panel added to the schedule? Yes. So obviously last year Zort Rider and Tony did one, Soundwave SG1. Yeah, I think there should be something like that every year, because we are a Transformers community. I know, sorry, John said you didn't like the word community. I don't like cliques. Communities are fine. So it's nice. But yeah, no, because obviously we've got Thew and there's Ben who'll be there. So that is always good. I think Thew did something at one of them a couple of years ago. I seem to remember watching it on his channel. So that would be quite cool. I think that was the last auto assembly, if I remember right. So something like that would be cool. And then, yeah, smaller YouTubers, like, again, Zort Rider. I'd like to do something, you know. It would be fun. People who like doing this sort of thing enjoy doing this sort of thing. So it would be good. And so, yeah, but... yes, it's not for everybody, but it is for some people. Question 7. Should they set up a little video games room at TFN? Yes, I'm pretty sure this was in my first answer to video number 1, where I said it would be nice to see some video games. Again, people, I'm someone that bonds over video games. I sit there on my Xbox. Add me here. I sit there on my Xbox and chat to people while shooting them. Plus, there's I haven't done some of the escalations in Fall of Cybertron yet, and you need to do it on like co-op now because the live services are gone. But no, a video games thing like that would be cool. There is the trading. I don't quite understand the trading card, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. Is it like a sort of a top trump sort of thing? Am I showing my ignorance? Quite possibly. Question 8. What is your fondest memory of previous TFNs? So obviously last year was my first TFN. The cherry was being popped, so I was walking around being shy. I think it was just walking around looking at the good... and I had a really good chat with Andy from Kapow, who stood there. It was really busy standing. We just stood there chatting for like half an hour. And there was that lovely lady who had the star screen. That was nice. I like the fact that we were in a room where everybody had something in common. So... even those with slight, I sometimes have social anxiety, and so it was nice to, you know, there was none of that there. It was just all about the goods. So yeah, talking is, and this year I'm looking forward to just expanding, talking to more people, seeing more goods, seeing the panels, walking around the forge. It's all good. And last but not least, what is your least fondest memory of previous TFNs? The drive home sucked. At least my mate didn't throw up in the car this time. He's going to send me a message about that. Actually, my least favourite memory didn't happen to me. I believe it was Dave and Emily had their car stolen last year. And I think things like that suck and shouldn't happen. In like an environment like that. This is where we all go to have a good time, chat with your friends and all that. There shouldn't be that kind of shit going on. Ooh, I beat myself. Really unacceptable. But yeah, other than that, the drive home, because I really enjoyed the day. And the early morning wasn't particularly great, and this year's going to be even earlier, because I'm sure they've moved it back an hour this year. Or half an hour. I'm sure it's earlier this year. I'm going to have to get out of bed at like 6 and get going by 6:30 and shower the night before. But no, all good. Anyway, I wonder if I'm going to remember to edit. I'm probably not going to edit this one. It's just going to be thrown up as is. Gaps, warts and all. If you've watched this one, thank you very much.
Robots.